Good morning. Happy Monday. It is Paula Haick coming to you live through Facebook this April 1st, 2024. If you're catching me live, hello. And if you're catching me on the replay, welcome. Whenever these messages find you, I guess it's perfect timing for you to hear what we have to channel today. And I'm giggling because I don't know if my guides were playing an April Fool's joke on me or they were just teaching me a really big lesson. So I'm going to tell you the story of what happened this morning. As I sit like I normally do in the morning with my first coffee, it's kind of a ritual and a beautiful spot to look outside, see the birds. My cats often join me. I ask for guided inspiration. I open myself up as a channel and I say, what do we need to talk about today? What do people need to hear to support them on their journey of falling back in love with themselves, reaching their higher selves, and living their life on such purpose, passion, and joy? So I'm sitting there and I can feel when they come in. So they came in, it's fine. And I'm sitting there and I'm waiting and there's literally nothing showing up. And I'm like, okay. So I'm just like calm about it. And I'm starting to get like, okay, what's happening here? And then I sit and I wait a little bit more. And then they whisper the word failure to me. I'm like, okay, failure. We're going to talk about failure today. Fear, failure, failure. And then that's it. That's all they did. And I'm like, all right, well, can you tell me a little bit more about failure? What do we need to know? Show me the things. Nothing, complete nothing. And I'm like, and then I started busting a gut because I went through the emotions of, I haven't done this in 2 days. Did I lose my channeling? Have I lost my gift? Am I not going to be able to talk about anything on this live? And then I started laughing so loud because I realized they were teaching me failure through their silence. Ha ha ha, very funny. Thank you very much. But I had to sit in failure this morning to come and channel to you about failure. And believe me, it didn't take me long to perpetuate ideas that maybe I shouldn't do this anymore. Maybe I would come on. Maybe I wouldn't be able to say a word. Maybe I would fail at this. Maybe we would, I've lost my gifts. Maybe they decided not to work with me. Like literally in a 5-minute span, I went through self-doubt, not believing in myself, not giving in resistance, trying to control the situation. And then I let it all go. And I was like, that's silly. That's stupid. Why wouldn't I be able to do this anymore? And then literally I just started laughing because they literally sat me in failure for me to teach about failure today. So thank you, guides, for having a beautiful sense of humor this April 1st. We are going to have a channel teaching about failure. I'm going to take a little sip. Funny, right? Hilarious. Hilarious. I should have known my guides were freaking hilarious because why not? So let's chat about the word failure and how it is something that we have made up here in the 3D world, and something that, good morning, Katie, something that creeps up to us. And they want to remind us that failure is just 3 things. 1, not doing the thing with the most excitement and passion and not seeing it through. There's 1. 2, failing to believe in yourself enough and love yourself enough. 3, being fearful that you might fail because this is something that you're going to do that's not necessarily coded to your complete vibration, that you may be doing just to get something, not doing it out of joy or love or your passion or your alignment. So it's not coded to you. And often they say we see failure come up when you're deficient in one of those 3 things. And most often that saboteur, that failure comes up. But you are so close to pushing through, loving yourself and supporting yourself enough that you can see your dreams come true in the physical world. So failure is failing to lean in and love yourself enough to know, even though you can't see the support around you, it is there. Failure, they say, is a made up vibration for not doing the things that bring you joy, excitement, and passion, because you are afraid that if you let go, if you decide to do it with complete self-love, without doubt, that you may not be supported anymore. So failure is an emotion, they say, that's all about control. And when something doesn't go your way, you have literally just failed to either see it through, to give yourself love and kindness through the process, or you've decided to do something that they say is failed to match your vibration. So I say, well, okay, so how can we overcome failure, fear of failure, not doing the things? How do we change that? And they say, just change the narrative. Let failure not exist in your wheelhouse anymore. Let it be a different word. Or when failure comes, celebrate it so much because you were shown what you need to lean into more, that you are, just wait, if you just have that patience, it's coming. Or, hey, you are on the wrong path, darling. You were meant to go chase your dreams over there, but you really actually want to do. They say change the narrative to positive. Failing is not negative unless you put a negative connotation on it. So when you change it to positive, negativity cannot, by law, live in positivity. If failure has come up in your life, now you have the beautiful opportunity to go, oh my God, this is wonderful. They're just putting me on a different path, or I'm just learning that I have to love myself and support myself enough to keep going. Or I have failed to recognize that there is support coming in for me. And that if I just see it through, it will happen. We see this, they say we see this so much when people have followed their dreams and their passions and they fail to see the evidence and they give up on themselves. When you give up on yourself, the universe has no other choice than to support you on giving up on yourself, because it's thinking that's what you need and that's what you want. So it'll bring you more opportunities for you to give up on yourself until you realize all you have to do is love and desire and be so passionate about what you want to express into this world that they will show up for you every time. It's about changing our mindset. It's about unlearning what we've been taught and what we've been told. This whole thing, this 5D, this living in the now, this 5D living is all about rewiring our brain and going back to school and learning about these teachings of how to co-create and coexist with the universe as a soul being that you are. And this is why I just love these chats. And this is why I love being a conduit for these teachings. I love knowing that I'm a teacher, and I love being able to express that. So failure is not failure. It's just that you failed to love yourself through the process. It's just that you failed to pick a path that was totally meant for you. So the next time you encounter failure, change the narrative. Celebrate it. Say, oh my God, that's amazing. Look at me. I tried so hard to get to this point. I'm not seeing the results yet. Am I going to continue? Does it matter that much? Am I going to continue and push on? Or I'm going to go, hey, whoa, look at all these synchronicities coming in to show me that maybe I should go this way. Thank you for the blessings. Thank you for this feeling of failure. I'm changing the narrative. The feeling of failure is just reminding me to love myself more. It's just reminding me to lean in and go, yeah, girl, you got this. Keep creating. Despite what anybody else is saying around you, or despite the fact that you may not see evidence and you think the odds are stacked against you, keep going, push through. There's a little piece between transformation and acceleration that failure, that saboteur creeps in. Are you going to let it creep in? Or are you going to lean in and love yourself a little more? And are you going to take the hand off the wheel? And you're going to understand that failure is a synchronicity coming to you to show you where to put your energy and love. So let's change the narrative today. Would it be okay if you no longer were afraid to fail? What if failure wasn't such a scary thing? What would you do? How would you purposely express and create in this world? Can you throw yourself a party every time? Because guess what? You tried. Guess what? You decided. Guess what? You made a choice to show up. That, they say, is not failure. That is cause for celebration, getting you closer and closer to who you are at the core. So we want to celebrate you. We want to thank you for listening to this. And if you missed the beginning of this and how they played a great April Fool's joke on me, go back and listen. As always, we like to come on and we like to remind you that you are a 5D being in this 3D world. There's so much more that exists between and around you that you cannot see, touch, feel, hear, or taste. We are so much more than our senses. We are spiritual soul beings living life on purpose to do the things, to create the things, and to feel things like failure and doubt, just to get closer to loving ourselves a little bit more. That is why we are here, to remember who we are at the core. So let's give our eyes closed and let's sit and let's just tap into our 5D selves, which is available with or without me, with or without us, anytime you want. But I'm here to remind you to live a beautiful day from a heart space world, from your essence, from your higher self, from your higher love. All right, let's close our eyes and just breathe. Sending beautiful white light down through the top of our heads to mix with the white light that is already us. To be surrounded and absorbed in this beautiful white light and connecting to the source and the source inside you. Amplifying this beautiful white light in the heart space. Amplifying it so it's out from the body, expansive and in this beautiful orb, circle, 3D circle, sphere. Realizing that you're in the center of this beautiful orb of white light. And that is you. That is your soul. Growing it as big as you want today and sending that love out from all directions. Let's remember that failure is not something in this 5D world. It is something made up. Let's change the narrative together. Let's celebrate every time we've been stopped. Because every time we've been stopped, we're either shining a light on a new path or shining a light inside of us to pour more love, support, unconditional loves to ourselves and giving ourselves enough grace to try again or to push through. Living in this state all day and coming back to it when you need to. I thank you very much for joining me today. It's been a beautiful chat. Enjoy your beautiful Monday, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.